Now let's have a chat about Ariana Grande because she's been going through a lot recently. First of all, when it comes to, I guess, anything around her health, and people have been commenting about the amount of weight that she's been losing, this is what stood out to me with the astrology. She's been having Pluto in her first house in Capricorn for quite a while now, and it has just moved into Aquarius now, where it'll stay and move forward. It won't go back into Capricorn, but recently it just had its last little hurrah around the 29th degree in Capricorn, and it has been going through that Capricorn first house for her for the last 18 to 20 years, so a very long time. Now in that transit, it hits her Neptune, her Uranus, and her ascendant, the AC. So this rules over her physical body, that first house, the ascendant, her physical image, her appearance, her self-branding. So she's been going through a huge transformation, and there could have been some crisis and some trauma and a lot of psychological events there for her. So this could explain the drastic change in the way that she looks, physically, but also like styling and the clothes that she wears, all that kind of stuff, and the amount of weight that she's put on or lost. It's a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's huge transformation with who they are as a person and what they look like physically. It can also be a huge personal growth for that person. And whilst it was at that last 29 degrees recently, it was actually causing an opposition with her Mercury that is in Cancer. And Mercury rules her Gemini 6th house of health and fitness. So again, this is reinforcing issues with health because Mercury rules health. It's in Cancer. Cancer can be to do with the womb and the breasts and food, the stomach. And that Mercury is in the 7th house. So this can be to do with close relationships, romantic partners, marriage. So there can be some emotional challenges there with close or one-on-one relationships and marriage that is causing trauma and causing a physical impact on her health. And then that's causing the transformation on who she is as a person and causing that transformation through her physical body as well. So there is the first house is activated, the 7th house is activated, and also the 6th house, which is why I think she's gone through so much with her physical look and appearance. And she also has had Jupiter, that is still there at the moment, transiting that Gemini 6th house of health there for her. So expanding and growing that area for her. That can bring luck and blessings to her with that Jupiter there, but it can also bring her overdoing it with her work schedule and being of service to people. There can be a lot of anxiety and stress from work and work activities, and we know she's been working really hard on Wicked. So that there has probably played into some of her health issues as well. And then next year around July, Uranus will actually move into that 6th house of hers again. So Uranus is going to bring sudden shocks and changes and surprises to her health at 6th house of hers, which will then also cause a square to her Mars that is in Virgo in the 9th house. So that is actually going to be pretty challenging for her and might bring up some more health issues for her. Might bring up some big shocks and changes around her work schedule, her daily routine. So not only will we see changes for her in her career, we'll also see shocks and surprises and changes around her health as well. Now, Gemini rules over the nervous system and our hands, and then Virgo rules over digestion and our stomach. So that could be the issues and some health problems that come up for her. The last thing that stood out to me is that she will also have both Neptune in, I believe it's March, and then Saturn in May, opposing her Jupiter and Moon that is in her Libra 10th house using whole signs. This shows me that there is going to be a lot of issues around her home and family environment, her ancestry, just her home and family environment. Saturn is going to show an area where she needs to be responsible, and there's hard work and dedication, and there's limitations and boundaries around the home and family. And Neptune's going to bring some confusion, some fog to that area. And both Neptune and Saturn in those very early degrees in Aries next year, from March onwards, are going to be opposing an opposition, which is a tug of war energy, her Jupiter and her Moon. Jupiter is our beliefs, it's expansion and growth, luck and blessings. And the Moon, which is our emotion and our emotional needs and security. And the Moon typically is happy in the 4th house, this is very difficult. It's showing that there can be some issues with her emotions, her family, her home environment there. The moon also represents fertility and the mother in astrology, so there could be some issues potentially coming with her mother or just her emotional needs and security there. But to me, this is showing a need for her to be pulled more into the home environment to focus on her emotions. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for Ari over 2025 and the next 12 months.